Hi guys, welcome. Danny here from the Magic Junk Drawer, and we're just about at the cusp of Aquarius and Pisces, which means we're starting to shift energies. So Aquarius is all about the friendly, independent, they're humanitarians. They're very hard to, they remind me of Sagittarians in the way that they're hard to nail down sometimes. But they make great friends, they love animals, and they're very independent. Now we kind of move, and they remind me of like an aqua sea green, and then we move into Pisces, which reminds me of like a dark blue purple. And it's funny, because I worked with a woman who, we taught yoga together at the same studio, and she said to me once, Danny, you're purple. And she's like, I know that you understand what that means. And I was like, I totally understand what that means. Anyway, so I kind of feel like we kind of go from like an aqua sea green blue into like a blue purple when we go into Pisces. And Pisces is very sensitive, they're very intuitive, they're very mystical. They can be a little bit depressive. You know, sometimes it's hard for the fish to survive in such a crazy world. I mean, we're inundated with negativity. I mean, the moment that we wake up in the morning, we're woken up by an alarm clock. Even the name isn't nice. It's a buzzing sound going off in your ear to jar you out of your sleep. There's nothing pleasant about it. From that moment on, it's constant, traffic lights and people and delays and traffic jams. And it's a lot of negativity. And it's a lot for Pisces, who tend to be very psychic and also very empathetic, to take in. So one great thing, even if you're not Pisces, but you tend to absorb other people's negativity or other people's energies, is to always surround yourself in a white light, because you don't want to take on what's not yours. You have enough of your own stuff. So Pisces, they could be very depressive, very sensitive, very nostalgic. Sometimes they remember things that happened in the past as better as what they really were. Like, they don't always remember the shitty part of it. So just keep that in mind. It wasn't all roses. There were some bad times too. And the sensitivity thing, it's I always tell people, sounds bizarre. Now, I don't consider myself to be like an extraordinary psychic, but I do have a pretty decent sense of intuition. All right, I'm going to stand up for this. So I imagine that this here, it's like kind of like an egg shape, right? And if somebody lies to me, I feel it crack. And I feel like if it's a half truth, I can feel like it's a little bit cracked. And if the person isn't lying, it feels full. You might not understand it. It probably doesn't make sense to anybody, but hell, it makes sense to me. So when somebody tells me something, I always go to what it is I feel in my gut, in that kind of egg-shaped space. It was so bizarre, I know, but this is what I do. And if somebody says something, if somebody's like, I can't make it because I'm sick, and I know that it's a lie, like I feel my stomach goes like, that's a lie. Now, depending on my mood, I may just let them off. Sometimes I call them out on it. Depends who it is, depends what the situation is. But when it comes to Pisces, their intuition is usually pretty much on, which is not to say that they're not ever wrong, because everyone's wrong. Nobody's 100% right all the time. But especially when it comes to someone who has a lot of water in their chart, they tend to be very emotional, and they can pick up other people's emotions. So kind of go with it. The more that you trust your gut, the more that it's going to be a source that you can rely on, and the more you rely on it, the more you'll trust it. So if you are a Pisces, you're ruled by Neptune. You're the 12th sign of the zodiac, which means you rule the 12th house, which is the house of psychic, mysterious, hidden secrets. You might have a couple of secrets of your own. Your ruling planet is Neptune, and also co-ruled by Jupiter. You are the fish, and the fish has a choice. They're split, right? One fish goes this way, one fish goes this way. The fish could either take the low road or the high road, and that decision is individual up to each and every Pisces, whether you will take the high road or the low road. Let me see, what else can I tell you about Pisces? The astrological birthstone for Pisces is amethyst. But if you were born in February, it's also your birthstone for the month. If you were born in March, your birthstone is aquamarine. Pisces is a very sensitive and a very gentle sign, and sometimes they do need to take some time alone to kind of re-energize. So if you deal closely with the Pisces and you're feeling like maybe they're pulling back, they just may need to for their own health. All right, if you like what we're doing here at the Magic Junk Drawer, don't forget to like and subscribe, and we will see you soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.